back with our next guest here at Make It Make Sense. And we have today
Big Mike.
Big Mike. Clap it up for Big
Big
Mike.
Mike.
All right, Big Mike, can you please let us know? We know who you are, but can you let us know where you're from and what you do?
I'm originally from South Texas.
Okay.
So I'm from Victoria. It's
Okay,
about an hour,
Victoria.
hour and a half south of Houston. But I live here in Austin. I've been
Okay.
here in Austin for longer than I've been anywhere else in my life.
So you're basically from Austin.
So I'm basically from Austin. I moved here after high school. And I make music. So
Okay.
I make hip hop music. I produce showcases, so I put on shows. Also part owner of a label, record label, indie label called College of Hip Hop Knowledge,
Okay.
or CHHK.
Big
Okay.
things.
And so, I help artists get opportunities in the city, outside the city. We put tours together, try to develop artists, try to create opportunities for artists in the city and outside the city, and just keep the music growing. Yeah.
Period. We are talking to a lot of people that wear a lot of hats today, and I
Yes.
love that. I love that. So, when did you know you were good at what you do? Because I know you said you rap and you have the label and you putting artists on and showcasing stuff. Which one is the one that you're like, okay, this is the one that's gonna get me in the door? Which one is it?
I think honestly, being an artist,
Okay.
I started out with a band,
Okay.
just freestyling. So
Okay.
off the dome, I'm from by Houston, right? So that was very influential growing up, when I was growing up. And so I would freestyle all the time. Me and my friends would freestyle all the time. We'd have fun, and it was more like poking at each other and just having a good time.
Yeah.
I moved up to Austin. A lot of my friends up here, of course, Austin's the live music capital of the world, so bands are everywhere.
Yes.
I had friends that moved here from my hometown that met people from here that were in the music scene. So when they started having parties and jam sessions and stuff, they were like, anybody rap or sing or anything? Like, can anybody do anything
Yeah.
to have some fun, to add to the flavor? And I'm like, yeah, I could do a little something. And so I started messing around on the mic, and next thing you know, they started inviting me out to shows and
Okay.
doing shows. And so what they would do is it's very, I guess I would say like artistic. They would call me, I'd be in the crowd. They would just call me out the crowd to come out and rap. And then we would make music, and then I would bounce. And it was like, but everybody was like, who was that guy? And so, yeah, for real though. And so people were like, hey, y'all need to bring that guy out. Last show was dope. So then I started becoming more involved with the music
Yeah.
and doing that part of it. And then I was like, well, shit, if I can do this like off the dome, off the top, how would it be if I actually sat down to write something and really got creative and really like chose my words individually instead of freestyling? It's just whatever's in my head.
Yeah.
And I really saw like the writing style, and like I had something to say, and I felt like people wanted to hear it. People wanted to hear it. Like, there's all kinds of different music, and I'm very versatile. We could turn up, we could be serious, we talk about love, we talk about heartbreak, we talk about all of that stuff. But I feel like I could add something to that. And so at that point, when I put my first song out, I had a lot of people being like, man, you need to keep doing this. Like, don't stop doing this. Where'd you start? Where'd you come from? And I came out the shadows, and so, that's kind of how it got started. And that's really allowed me to have the platform I have now to put on shows and to work with other artists because they know me from performing.
Yeah.
And getting out there in front of people and having a good time and entertaining and stuff. So it's opened a lot of doors for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you had a pretty like self-awareness journey of like building up and seeing like how you progress in your talent and getting where you are today. So you just got off a tour recently, right?
I did.
How was that? Like, how was it being on tour?
That was great. Tour is always fun. It's always fun. It's always enjoyable, and it's always a test, right? Because this last one we went on, 4 of us, we flew out to Colorado,
Wow.
and then we performed there for 3 days, and then we rented a car, and then we drove down to New Mexico, Arizona, and then we ended in Las Vegas. So in Vegas, the other part of our crew met us there.
Okay.
But touring was fun. I mean, we had great involvement with the crowd. We met a lot of good people. We had great crowds at our shows. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've been out of Texas into different multiple states touring. So it's fun. Yeah, I mean, we got to get out of Austin. Like, we got to represent in Austin, but we got to show people in other places what Austin has here.
Right.
Because Austin's got a lot. And, like,
Right.
I'm a big proponent of of showing what Austin has, because there's so much versatility and talent here.
Yeah.
So the more we can get out, I gotta walk the walk. If I talk the talk and say, hey, you got to go on tour, well, then I got to do it too, to
Right.
show
Yeah.
people that it can be done. And so,
Lead from the front.
yeah, you know,
Yes.
trying to be a leader, trying to be an example, like trying to help people overcome. You know, people think, well, I can't go on tour because I don't got money. Hey, let's put a fundraiser show together. Have you asked your people for, like, who could help you? Like, there's different ways to be creative, and I think a lot of times as artists are so focused on the content and creating that they don't think about all the other ways that they could get to where they want to be. And so that's kind of where I come in with the label, is just trying to be creative and give people, I'm kind of an ideas person on top of an artist. So I just try to be that spark and try to be really positive, get people, you know, excited, and get them really behind themselves, because I tell people this all the time. If you don't believe in yourself as an artist, how can you expect someone else to?
Right.
So they're not.
Yeah, they're
So
not.
you got to come in like you know what you're doing. So hey, let's talk about how we could get there. You know, but the tour, tour is great.
Yeah.
I love tour.
I love that for you. So I know you talked about, you know, we talked about wearing many hats. Is there a hat that you want to put on? Like, what is next for you? What are you looking forward to accomplishing? Because you got to keep growing, you know? So
Yeah.
what's next for Big Mike?
You know, honestly, I would say right now, like the most fun that I have is working with other artists.
Okay.
And so, like, continuing to work with other artists, I've been pushing myself in other areas. So, you know, different genres, like not keeping myself in a box.
Right.
So, like, I have a song that I'm working on right now with an artist named Ned and Maya, who's from a
Okay.
group called Trouble in the Streets, who used to be a big group here in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of like electronic and like soul. So it's a different flavor. So I'm really like trying to show my versatility more as an artist and put myself out there in that way. But at the same time, where my real passion is helping artists to develop. And the A&R is a lost art. Like, there's no labels doing that. Like, there's nobody really out there doing that. And so, like, again, I think I can help people realize their potential and then keep their mind in the right place, because you could be a great artist, but if your mind ain't in the right place, then you're not going to be able to maximize your skills, right? And so, like, I consider myself like an artist coach. Like, I could help somebody get in the right mind frame. So eventually, that's what I would love to do. I would love to work with artists like full-time, help them to develop their skills, and really just help coach them into learning more about themselves and who they want to be as an artist, and then help them get there.
Okay, that's what we need.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Other artists helping other artists. I love to see it. I love to see it. So, any upcoming events in the near future?
Yeah. So, let's see. So, actually, in November, so we throw a monthly event called Fresh Fridays. So we have that the first Friday of every month. It takes place at Flamingo Cantina. So the next one is on November 8th. That's actually my birthday show, too.
Okay.
Is it in Austin?
Yeah, because my birthday's
right
on the
on
9th.
six.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Are you a
right.
Scorpio?
I am.
Period, me too. We gonna celebrate our birthday. Mine's on the 12th.
All right, it is. It's here. Yeah, so that show,
Look,
for real. So that show's coming up. We do that monthly, and then we also do, you know, I talk about creating opportunities for artists. We also do an open mic in the showcase
I'm gonna be there
called the
next time.
SATs, and that's a monthly show. We do at Flamingo Cantina as well.
Okay.
And so, like, that enables people to come and do a song, and then we have actually live panelists that give feedback to the artists.
Okay.
Envy, who was here earlier, I just saw him. Y'all know Envy, Eric Sadler. He's actually going to be, we have one tomorrow night, and he's going to be one of the panelists. And so what we're doing is providing opportunity with that one for people to get on stage that may not. And then we're watching, like, who does the best, who's putting in the most work. Because what we want to do come South by is we want to give someone an opportunity to get on our official South by Southwest showcase and get out there on the stage in front of the community. And so that'll be coming up too. We had an official South by Southwest this past year showcase that we presented, so we'll be presenting another one in 2025. So super excited about that. But yeah, I stay busy, I stay active. If you follow my social media, you'll see me in all kinds of stuff with my hands all over the place, you know, just
If
trying
you
to get out here.
could give your socials to the people, please, so
Yeah.
they know where to contact you, connect, all of that.
Sure. So you can reach me on Instagram at Big Mike Pereira. It's BigMicPereida. You can also follow the College of Hip Hop Knowledge on Instagram at CHHK 512. And you can find out a whole lot about me and my whole team and crew at our website, CHHK512.com. It's got all our info, our shows, our roster, our music, pictures, posters from previous shows, all kinds of good stuff. But yeah, happy to be here.
Period.
I
So
love that.
November 8th at
Yes.
Flamingo Cantina.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the
That's the
birthday
place to
party
be.
and,
Yes.
all of that.
Should
all
definitely
that.
come out.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my birthday
It's gonna be a
too.
celebration.
I'll
Oh, come
pop out.
on then.
Definitely pop
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you definitely should. It's always a vibe. It's always a good time. People just there to have a good time, listen to good music. That's what we do.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, can we go ahead and clap it up a Big Mike?
Big
Yeah.
Mike.
Thank you so much for visiting
Sure.
the Make It Make Sense. And y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our next